The harder you try to be remembered, the faster you're forgotten. You've seen this. The guy who talks the most in the room, texts first every time, always available, always performing, and somehow, he's the one nobody thinks about when he leaves. But the man who says less, moves slower, and gives away almost nothing. He lives in people's heads rent-free. Nobody tells you why that works. And it comes down to this one behavior. In the next few minutes, you're going to understand the single psychological mechanism that makes a man unforgettable. Not charisma, not looks, not status. One behavior. Miss it, and everything else you do becomes invisible. You've been told to show up, be present, be expressive, let people know you're interested. And it feels right, because in every other area of life, effort gets rewarded. But here's where attraction breaks the rules. The more you reveal, the less she has to think about you. And the less she thinks about you, the less she feels anything at all. And if you've ever walked out of a conversation feeling invisible, like you gave everything and left no impression at all, this is exactly why. You're not forgettable because you're boring. You're forgettable because you gave her the whole story up front. There's no chapter left to turn to. It's not about what you show her. It's about what you make her chase in her own mind. Machiavelli wrote it plainly. Never show all your cards. Mystery is a form of power most men voluntarily discard. This one behavior breaks down into 3 layers: presence without pursuit, silence as signal, and the incomplete loop. Miss even one, and the effect collapses. The first layer is presence without pursuit. Most men think attention is currency, so they spend it constantly. They like her posts. They respond instantly. They fill every silence. What that actually tells her is, I've already decided about you. You don't need to wonder. And when there's no wondering, there's no pull. High-value behavior looks like this. You're fully engaged when you're there. Eye contact, calm energy, genuine focus. But you don't chase the interaction forward. You let it breathe. You let her close the distance. The man who doesn't need the moment to go well is the most magnetic man in the room. The second is silence as signal. Most people treat silence like a problem to fix, an awkward gap, a social failure. But silence, used deliberately, does something most men never realize. When you hold eye contact without rushing to fill the space, she starts to project. She starts to wonder what you're thinking. And the moment someone wonders about you, you already own a piece of their attention. And this is the exact moment she decides if you matter or disappear. This is why the men who are hardest to read are almost always the ones she can't stop thinking about. They don't perform for the room. They make the room perform for them. Speak less than you're comfortable with. Pause longer than feels natural. Let her fill the silence first. Silence isn't emptiness, it's pressure, and she'll walk toward it every time. The third layer is the most powerful, and the one 99% of men never use. The human brain cannot let go of an unfinished story. It's called the Zeigarnik effect, and it's the reason you finish a Netflix episode even when you're exhausted. Most men complete every loop. They explain themselves fully. They overtext. They answer every question before she asks it. What that does is close her curiosity. And closed curiosity means she moves on. Here's what it looks like instead. You leave a thread unfinished. You hint at something and don't explain it. You reference a story and say, actually, that's a long one, and move on. You give her something to follow up on. You become a loop she hasn't closed yet, and she won't even know why she keeps thinking about you. That's not manipulation. That's the architecture of genuine intrigue. If you only have presence but no silence, You seem eager. She can read the need underneath it. If you only have silence but no warmth, you seem cold. She pulls away for protection. But when all three layers stack, presence without pursuit, silence that builds pressure, and a loop she hasn't closed, you become the one person in her day she keeps returning to, not because you dazzled her, because you left something unfinished in her mind and she can't put it down. That's not being mysterious. That's engineering how you're remembered. This isn't something you perform for one conversation and drop. It's a way of moving through the world. The man who doesn't overshare, who doesn't rush silence, who trusts that his presence is enough without proving it. That man isn't working harder at attraction. He simply becomes someone whose absence is noticed. That's the shift, from chasing attention to becoming someone worth paying attention to. In the end, it was never about being louder, smarter, or more impressive. It was about understanding one quiet truth. People don't remember what you gave them. They remember what you made them feel, and the questions you left them with become the questions she can't answer, and you'll never be forgotten. Once you understand this, you'll start seeing it everywhere. The man in the room who says the least. Watch how much he's thought about. Now you know why.